with us today is Avron Goss and Prof K, and they are the way they've positioned, the way we've positioned them in the company is, think of it like this: strategy on the gaming side, strategy director on the gaming side, Avron; strategy director on the DeFi side, Prof K. That's all of us here today. Our COO, Matt, is fast asleep in Australia, so it's a bit late for him. It's like 2, 3 a.m. He wanted to stay up, but we insisted that he get some rest. It's been a tough few weeks. We've been working around the clock. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Did either guys, one of you guys, want to give an introduction as well, or did you want Gio to just take it off with the presentation?
Go ahead and take it, Gio.
Okay.
Cool.
Pressure's on you, Gio. Yeah, go ahead and share your screen if you have a presentation ready.
Yeah.
All right, I can see your screen.
We made this one just for you guys.
I appreciate that. A tender touch.
So for the record, I'm super happy to be here today with you guys, and really excited about this opportunity to present our vision to the wider world. I generally don't go off of the pitch, but I'm more than happy to do this today. So yeah, so what is essentially, I think what we've seen thus far is DeFi within DeFi, and we haven't seen an integration with the wider world, and that's what part of why we made this vision. And connecting these two industries, iGaming and DeFi, is again, for us, it's a mission, and it's something that we see as the future, and that's why we fight every day to make this vision a reality. So pretty much, really standard. It's so simple. We've tried to complicate it a few times, but it really is very simple. And I think the best way to describe it in just pretty much a few words is, it's DeFi optimized liquidity to power iGaming innovation. That's who we are. So moving on to just a basic understanding, the mission. The mission is more of a V2. So every online casino attracting gamers with our suite of provably fair games, supported by a community of token holders. And then obviously, as we've seen the future's cross-chain, and what we expect is everything to be interoperable, and we want to be part of that vision, and we want to spearhead that drive forward into that new era of blockchain integration. So right, what generally are the problems and the pain points that we have in iGaming right now? It's that shutting off from liquidity. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of devs build games, build product. Like we said, they have two options. And I've said this before. One option isn't even valid. It's go to a VC, and VCs are going to shut you down because you don't have traction. Pre-product, you have product, but you don't have revenue. And they'll say, come back when you have revenue. And the second issue, the second, let's say, solution they might have is actually going and getting some funds from a gaming company, one of the biggest gaming companies on the planet. What eventually happens there is they take them under their wing and make them a product within their ecosystem. So they don't actually have the chance to really grow for themselves. So it feels like it's strangling innovation. And this is real world experience that we've seen from entrepreneurs in the gaming space, in the iGaming space especially. It's just a lot of lenders won't touch it because it's too high risk. So yeah, again, just in general, the monopoly out there, and then the solutions that we have is just through the liquidity, through the optimized liquidity, empowering that innovation through iGaming. and then everything is as, think of it as a transparent world. That's what we're pushing, a fair and transparent world. And everything is kind of visible, right? We're not, everything we do within the ecosystem will be visible to the community. What are the token utilities? God, quite a few actually, but think of Royale the token as a governance token, and then what that does, it helps integrate all of the variables within the platform. The gaming companies use it to pay to contribute stability fees back into the ecosystem. That goes back into the liquidity pools. And obviously the treasury sync, which is something that falls within our buyback and make instead of buyback and burn system that we've integrated into the protocol. So think of it as we see buying back kind of that's what actually buying back is what actually achieves the objective of removing the liquidity or removing Royale from the wider market. Burning it doesn't allow us to then go and incentivize other players within the ecosystem to drive forward the ecosystem further. So removing it, but not burning. A lot of fun and cool stuff coming with our NFTs and the loyalty and rewards and how we integrate into the gaming companies. Again, we're not kind of pushing the whole world needs to become Royale. It's more of a just integrate us alongside whatever else you want within your platform. You don't have to. We're not doing an EOS where everything on the planet needs to be EOS. So I think that could have been something that kind of stalled their growth. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So yeah, the circular token economy, it's again really simple model, right? Two ways. One, the optimizer that drives up APY, and then the second way to drive value into the ecosystem is through the iGaming companies, the stability fees that the iGaming companies pay back. Provably fair algorithms, again, something that we're empowering and something that we're accelerating by predominantly funding games that are provably fair. Advantages, I mean, quite a few, to say the least. God, where do I start? It's first mover, IG DeFi, right? Yeah, that's quite special. We see that as something that we as this new industry, and we're not just saying that. It wasn't anything before that combined these two industries. So just driving innovation in iGaming and using tools from the DeFi ecosystem to empower that innovation. Where we are right now, with developments fully underway for the Royale V1 app, we're expecting to be Q1 21 for the V1, and yeah, everything's underway. And I think what we've definitely done up to this point is make sure that all our timelines have been met, and we'll continue to do so. I think timing for us has been excellent in many ways. We've been, sometimes you need a little bit of luck, and we've had really good timing with a few, well, pretty much everything that's happened so far. I'm really happy with that. Team again, my team again to, sorry guys, this AMA, funny enough, is happening during the school run. I apologize for.
Yeah, no worries. It's really difficult with COVID. So, we don't have any childcare ourselves, so I completely understand.
There we go. It's fine. So the team, myself, Matt, Avron, Jesse, CTO, COO, Avron being CSO for gaming, and myself just driving the team forward. I think the deck kind of doesn't, for me, a deck really doesn't do justice to who we are. It's just some paperwork to get out there into the wider world to help drive the ecosystem forward and give people visuals. So yeah, that's pretty much it from a deck standpoint.
Awesome. Yeah, we really appreciate that with the presentation, bringing the quality to today in terms of maybe the keystone pitch as well. And I definitely look forward to Royale. I'm a strategic partner myself. I'm happy to be partnering with you guys because it's an amazing product. Let's if the control room can switch over to the panel section. I think we're ready to move on to that. The way that we've been doing it for the last few days is there's a lot of questions from a lot of the pitches today, and understandably, right, everyone gets 15 to 30 minutes, and today's been especially difficult because of maybe some of the technical issues in comparison to how smoothly the first 2 days went. But the way we've been doing the panel is that it's maybe like we'll say an hour and 15, something like that. We start out by just doing a lightning round. I ask you guys to maybe keep your answers to a brief minimum. These will be individual questions that were directed towards specific pitch projects. And if the production team can tell Bass to flush the questions for Royale as well, that's the only question set I don't have. But let's see who's with us. So well, let's actually switch. Have we switched over the tape yet, production team? I'll wait for an answer on their end. I mean, we're still going on my end. So let me just.
Happy to answer some questions now that you guys have. Happy to explain the kind of what we're really about, rather than just come off of a deck and kind of the broader vision with the rest of the team.
Yeah, why don't we just take a moment to cover that real quick before we go into the generalized questions and then into the panel section. You know, I want to. So, why don't you tell me? Is there a revolution coming for iGaming? Is this a critical vertical that blockchain has to approach? You know, it's been very difficult as an ex-professional poker player. Crypto has become a lifeline. It's become a lifeline for for iGaming to a degree, specifically with poker, right? In the United States, there's some states that have regulated it. Here in New Jersey, out in Nevada, a few other states are now coming on board, Pennsylvania as well, and Delaware. But we're still not there yet. Still, a lot of Americans are using, platforms like America's Card Room and Ignition and Bovada. And then there's people internationally that play, and now there's a big revolution with Poker Bros or whatever. So I referenced the poker space because of how big it is, due to the moneymaker run in 2004, I believe. But there's still so much more to iGaming than just that. People want to be able to play. People want to be able to gamble themselves, and their states or jurisdictions may be preventing them from doing that. So a lot of decentralized applications have been, offering opportunities with them, even to the point of maybe vanilla options. So why don't you kind of just give me, from Royale's perspective, why iGaming is so important, how we see this space as perhaps a vertical that's going to massively blow up over the next 4 years, and why Royale is an integral part of that pivot.
Yeah. Okay, so to begin with, the way I don't know how many. Disclaimer, right? We're not marketing this product to the US, just to have that online right this instant. But going forward, the vision and the focus has always been, we see provably fair game adoption is maximum 1% of the entire industry, right? In card rooms like the poker, there were issues with a lot of poker sites where on the server side, founders or companies would go in and manipulate outcomes, or they could see what cards you had, right, while you were sitting at home, and there was a big hoo-ha going around about everything was rigged. So provably fair comes into play. It uses that same SHA-256 algorithm that's used to encrypt the private keys within cryptography. And then what that does then essentially is make sure that the operator, the gaming provider, cannot see the outcome, cannot manipulate the outcome before the event takes place. And then that's visible to the player, so the player can then see that they have not been cheated. Now that's one of the things that going forward, like the older generations, they're happy with these old school casinos or slot machines. I mean, generally in Vegas, I think it's like 70-year-olds that sit on slot machines. But the millennials and the Gen Zs are looking for something fairer, more transparent. Think about what we did with us as a community. I think Bitcoin came in and we all, as a community, everyone thought we were crazy in the early days. And what we did there, we challenged the current financial system. Then came along Ethereum. Then we challenged the current investment systems. Right. So now here we're coming and challenging current iGaming systems and how they affect the world we live in. We just seek a more fair, more transparent world. That's why we're here. Bottom line, that's the vision, that's the mission, that's our long-term where we want to go to. Provably fair needs to be adopted across the board. Right now in gaming, iGaming especially, gaming companies in the crypto space are adopting traditionals. We see the future the other way around. It should be the traditionals that are adopting provably fair. That's what we're trying. That's the long-term vision. And everyone in the space needs to be part of this fight, part of this vision, part of what we're doing right now. It's not just me. I can't do this by myself. Already the team that have come here and driven alongside us, it's just amazing because everyone sees the vision. It's not, everyone sees what we're looking to achieve long term. We're not just here for, we're just forming a company. This isn't just a raise. This isn't just a product. This is the future. And we see that. And everybody in DeFi, everybody in crypto, all should be like, as we fight on this front line, everyone should be there by our side. It's our duty to do this. And it's simple. It really is simple. It's not, we're not complicated. We're not trying to be complicated. It's just a simple product that is going to go out there and redefine what's currently existing in this planet, on this planet right now. I expect in 1,000 years from now for all of us to have a wiki page that states these were the guys that started IG DeFi. These were the guys that started DeFi. These were the guys that enabled a fairer, more transparent world, provably fair, whatever you want to call it. So everything's visible out there. We can see what's going on. And I'm not by any means, I'm still a capitalist, just like everybody else. But hard work you should be paid for your hard work. That's
democratic capitalism.
Democratic capitalism.
So I think we went into a 30-minute tangent yesterday on that. So let's
keep it simple.
If I could, let me jump in right there and talk about what we saw in the project when we came in a few months ago, and we met these guys through the Karma DAO. Basically, Joe, who's my partner at Fomo Craft, we've been looking for. We have a thesis that DeFi, it has base layers, right? So your Uniswap, Curve, Balancer, etc., has a base layer. And those are doing very well, and everyone who invested in those have made money, and those will probably be around for a long time. But what we really, our thesis is that DeFi now needs to find industrial niches. So we need to apply these DeFi base layer to specific industries to transform those industries. So iGaming, health, supply chain, etc. So we're looking for those kind of investments where we can apply the DeFi protocol layer to application layer or even some sort of middleware kind of stuff. And that's where IG DeFi came up, right? So, well, what happens when we apply DeFi to iGaming? Oh, all of a sudden, you know, we have the power to give money to entrepreneurs who are fighting with new and innovative games, maybe that aren't so boring, maybe they are something more than casinos, more than poker. And we have the means to do so that, you know, everyone can be the house. Like, I'm not interested in iGaming myself, but I would totally be interested in being the house in an iGaming situation, right? Like, I like going to, you know, to the Borgata or whatever, but you know, for me, like, I'm more interested in being the house. I like to contribute liquidity to Uniswap. I don't like to trade. So I think that there's plenty of applications where people are interested in being LPs, and then we can provide opportunities for LPs. And so we're going to find lots of these industrial niches that DeFi is sort of inveigles its way into. And that's what I'm really excited about going forward, because I think DeFi has proven itself.
Are you from New Jersey as well?
No, but I've been to the Borgata plenty of times.
Okay, yeah. That's well, Hartej and I are from New Jersey. That's why I asked. Guys, let's we're gonna have plenty of time to get some questions and discussions during the panel. I want to be able to switch over the video feed now because we are at 11 o'clock, and there's some questions here for Royale as well, and as well as everyone else who is part of today's pitches. So we're gonna switch over. If the production team can switch over to the panel discussion.
I think we're just on a slight countdown, Matt. So we've got basically a minute.
Can I just for a minute then to what the Prof and Giorgio said, if I can, which is really speaking about that iGaming vertical. It's critical. It's a massive industry. Depending on whose numbers you believe, it's 60 billion growing to 120 billion over the next couple of years. We see real opportunity in real companies that require liquidity, and DeFi can push into that and then bring that liquidity back in. This isn't simply about trying to transform the industry, because that's what we believe in, and we do believe in that. But there is a real market for fairer games, for provably fair games, and for a different way of doing things. And we've seen that market, we've seen that gap. And all that market requires is liquidity. And if we can fuel that, we can make a huge difference and create a very successful DeFi platform underneath that.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. All right. If the, okay, we should be able, it's 11 o'clock now. If the production team can